So a couple of weeks ago, Donald Trump started selling insider information for $100,000 every single month via his Truth Social post and giving early access to those posts to large financial institutions who are willing to make that payment. And as a consequence of this, people weren't just going to sit back. He is now being sued. Now, I first seen this story break here from the Hormuz letter, but Trump has officially had a lawsuit filed against him in federal court, in the New York federal courts by the Intercept Media and the Freedom of the Press Association, which is now calling the scheme extraordinary, corrupt, and unconstitutional, saying that the president has a lot to gain financially as a consequence of releasing this market-moving information. You know, the president talks about something like tariffs, for example. The president talks about, bombing a country, for example. The president talks about job reports, for example. That moves the market because people have all of their eyes focused on this one guy. And when he says something about the economy, people are going to notice. And when he says something that impacts the economy, people are going to notice. So as a consequence of this, if you start selling that information early to people who are willing to pay $100,000 a month, people are going to be like, wait a second, man, that's kind of a little bit shady. And we should probably do something about this because the president is supposed to have all of their communications be public. And why are we allowing people who have lots of money to get access to his communications early? I think this is absolutely egregious. I think this is insane. I think this rises to the same level as the whole Epstein files. I think this rises to the same level as getting involved in 10 different wars since he's assumed office in his second term. This to me is absolutely insane. But finally, at least he is now being sued in court over this because this is something that we simply cannot stand for as Americans. In what world is this America first? You're giving billionaires, you're giving large corporations, financial institutions early access to the post, and now he's being sued over it. So thank God, man. I really hope that this actually falls in favor of the people as opposed to him. But then again, who knows? This could be a multi-year process. Obviously, he has a lot of money, and there's a whole lot of appeals processes and whatnot. And, this is something that could really change the precedent for what a president is allowed to do. Precedent for a president is allowed to do in the United States. I mean, because at what point does it stop with Trump? I mean, what you have to be asking yourself is, will senators start to do this now when they start to tweet out about information? Will members of the House of Representatives do this? What about state legislatures? What about mayors? What about city council members? What if we all start charging money so that way large financial institutions can have these gigantic AI models trading on behalf of themselves and this insider information before it reaches the people and the markets move while the average person gets left behind, only increasing the wealth gap. I mean, I remember a few years ago, and I think it's actually worse now, the three richest people had more wealth than the bottom 50%. That's absolutely crazy. Top 1% of people, more wealth than the bottom 90%. It's insane, but this is only going to grow if we allow this to happen. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say here in the comments. Do you guys agree with this lawsuit? Do you not agree with it? My name is Dr. Ian Phillips, your political analyst for today. If you want, you guys can hit that subscribe button to stay up to date for some more content, and we're going to talk to you guys later. Peace.